And we are back to your Tuesday mini-sode series on Done With This Overall Talk podcast, Adults for the Soul, where I give you guys a deeper look into my soul. And I tell you what a bitch is present with. And it's been forever. The last time I did a mini-sode, which was number 51, and we're here on number 52, was, I believe that exact date was December 14th. Y'all, it's been a while. And I know I said that I would bring this back once I hit the 100, and we are at 101. So I lied, but please forgive me. But it's good to be back. I wanted to have a little moment to just sit with myself, gather my life, and I've been doing just that. There has been so much going on, so many things. It's been super duper just hectic and busy. I'm still pressed with time and deadlines. If you guys tuned into last week's, 2 weeks ago episode 101, accountability, y'all know that I fucked up and I didn't file my taxes. It's like the first time in my entire life since the beginning of tax time. I just I don't know what I did to myself, but I did it. And so here we are. I needed to just take some time for me. I realize, and here's what's gonna get a little deep, and y'all all gonna pull me out of this soulful moment, right? Because it's a little deep down there, and it's been taking me a lot to come out of it. It's not anything with depression. It's not a funk. I'd be lying to you guys if I say it was. I'm gonna highlight that though. It's just been just so much going on all at once, coming from all angles, deadlines, dates, time sensitive material, time sensitive things to do, projects. It's not just with work. It's not just with the podcast. It's not just with my child. It's just with so many things. And it just felt like, okay, D, you gotta take a seat. You gotta breathe. You gotta relax. You really gotta take meditation up a notch, another dose. And I've had to really just sit with myself and just really analyze my life and my schedule and my time. And I've had to strategize a little differently. And listen, nothing is perfect. I could still use a little bit more training. So if any one of y'all know how to master this shit called life, please let me know. But I just needed some time. And I took that time. I took that time for me to just really refresh myself and recover and heal to the point that, I've said this before and I'll say it again, your body talks to you. And I knew my body was talking to me when I was getting sick again. And sick of what? If there was just the slightest bit of wind outside, I had a fucking cold. That's not me. My vitamins are working, no matter how much water intake I'm doing. Nothing was working. And it just came to a point where it's no, D, you always talk about this. So you have to hold yourself to it too. You can't be preaching it out in these fucking podcast streets and not practicing it, right? So you have to really recognize what the fuck is going on with your body, what your body's trying to say to you, and your mind, right? Your mental. And I have to say, shout out to my ability to have had therapy for so many years, have had to start it all over again, but only when necessary, right? If you guys have been tuning in every single week, you guys know this was a benefit I had with my old job that I do not necessarily have so flexible to my reach and access, but I do have it to a certain extent. And so to be able to know everything that I've learned on how to cope with things, how to acknowledge things, how to face it, in order to fix it. For me, for myself, how to be able to recognize certain things about me, about my life, about my decisions and my choices and my behaviors. I owe that all to years in therapy of me just being able to get to know me and be so self-healing on different things that I've dealt with in life. And so I say that to say, with all the madness going on, right? Things directly involving me, things not directly involving me, I am extremely proud, and I take lots of pride in everything that I do know about life and how I've been able to put that all to work in my favor. I cannot say, like I said before, not everything is perfect. I don't have it all figured out. I'd be lying to you if I said I did. But I do still feel like it's on a very positive tone. The fact that sitting this temporarily, right? Sitting this out temporarily, excuse me, and being able to reconnect with me, refresh, recover, rest, and really just get a hold of my life and put it in a process that feels a little bit more streamlined, y'all. It's been great. It's really been great. And I needed this. I needed to be able to do this for me. I needed to be able to do this for my sanity. I needed to be able to do this for my body. I needed to be able to do this for the relationships around me. I was able to see friends and reconnect with friends and connect with my friends and actually have time. I have actually been focusing more on the quality time being spent and making memories than being so focused like I was before on capturing every fucking little thing and sharing it on a social media story, right? Or even if I don't do it right then and there, like I'll share it later. But I've been able to really find a new focus, and it's something that I did not realize just how much I needed until when it became too much. And so, ladies and gentlemen, now that I feel so well rested and recovered and refocused and refreshed, is game time, bitches. I'm back and I'm happy to be back, and there's going to be more content coming. My mind has been working on the things that I still want to talk about, the shit that I want to address, constantly want to debate with people or just have, dope ass, friendly ass conversations. And I want to still go back to that because you know what? One thing about this pod street right here, one thing about this platform, this microphone, one thing's for certain, two things for sure. I live for this just as much as I live for all my other passions. I still love to do this, and I love coming on here and talking to a microphone knowing that there's an audience that fucks with me. And it has been just so amazing to know that I still have my listeners still there, ever so loyal. Several episodes ago, no, not several, two actually, 2 episodes ago, episode 100, when I had the MILF Club podcast. Lovely Virginia said, and she mentioned the book 100 True Friends, right? And I've referenced this already once, but I'll reference it again. To sit out a week from recording a full episode, right? From recording anything, just to sit out that 1 week, right? And to see downloads still happening. I was just like thinking to myself, like, wow, like there's still people tuning in. There's still people catching up. There's still people telling a friend and telling their friends and telling those friends to tell their friends. And it just felt so good to see that. It felt amazing to see that 100 episodes later, 2 years later, like we're still here rocking this shit out. This one woman show is still doing what I said I came to do. Oh, that sounded so sexy. But yeah, and I'm proud of it. I'm excited to come back. I'm excited for the conversations that are yet to come because as always, y'all, life be lifing, shit happens. We in these streets living life our best, the best that we can, and just things are always going around. And the one thing that we cannot take for granted that we are always facing day in and day out, right, is lessons, is those experiences. Is some of them are even memories, dope ass memories too. It is those moments that we learn from. And you can't take that shit for granted at all. And so for some of us who have a mic, why not talk about it, right? Why not come on here, right? On a platform where we get comfortable being uncomfortable. No topic is ever off limits. So this is dope. I'm grateful to y'all for allowing me the space and grace to take some time for me. And I feel good. Y'all, I really, really feel good. There is an excitement to my voice also, and I wanted to give you guys this update. Several episodes ago, I had shared with you guys that there was a new journey, a program that I had embarked on as a leader, as a mentor. And this was well over 8 weeks ago, because this program is 9 weeks essentially. And I said some time ago, having the opportunity to be a mentor, to be a leader, to be a coach of some sort. And in this case, there is a sort of which I am that. To realize that there is a group of young women who look to me as someone who they can look up to, as someone who they can learn from, as someone whose opinion and advice they value so much. I realized, they're watching. They've been watching my move. They've been observing what I do and how I do it. And that's been inspiring to them, right? And so 8 weeks later, right, where their final presentations are being put together, and to see the material that they've put together, and to see what they've learned, and to see their growth right in front of me. Oh, I'm getting emotional, y'all. I'm getting so choked up right now. Oh my God. And to hear them be so grateful for that, and for them to say it in front of a bigger group, for them to be prepared to declare these things in front of a group essentially who they have embarked on this journey together, and to be recognized for that. It is truly an honor, right? There's not many things I aspire to be in life, right? There's not many things that I can say, I want to be this person to my best, or I want to be this version of myself to the best that I can. And if there is, I don't always put it out here. Maybe this will be an episode that I will disclose someday. I do know that as a mother, I want to always give it my all. I do know that as a daughter, a sister, I always want to give it my all, right? I do know as a person, as Miss D, as this very Scorpio woman that I am a very loyal person. When I love hard, and I'm very passionate about so many things in life that I adore, including people, right? I take those friendships that I know are always going to be kept deep within my soul and close to my heart, right? And I fucks with you heavy, right? I know that in who I am as Miss D and as Daisy, right? There are so many roles that I fulfill that I do know that I want to do my best at. But can I say that I have very, very clear what exactly I aspire to be in life? I cannot say that. I don't know what that is. Maybe at some point I thought I had a gist of it, and today I can't say I know I'm very clear on that. But one thing I do know, and I've said this many episodes ago, several. In fact, it was discussed during one of those episodes where we discussed leaving a legacy and legends, and we definitely mentioned Kobe Bryant, R.I.P., right? One of the things I do know is that I want to leave a legacy behind. And I don't just mean with my kid, right? I mean the impact that I make. I mean that if there's anything I did right in this world, I know is the creation of my child. But then there's also the impact that I leave behind with other people, with people that may look up to me, or people that have may turn to me. And let that be, whether for advice, whether for guidance, whether for coaching, whether for mentorship or leadership, or some form of being a confidant even, right? And when I look at that, right, when I reflect on that, when I sit there with myself and I'm present with that, I realize that that's not only something of an inspiration or even aspiration, right? Something to look forward to, right? For me to aspire to, not just in my pod street here, my platform here, but then also in my career. And I have to say, y'all, realizing now more and more that this is where life has continue to take me on, realizing more and more that at 36 years old, y'all, like I really feel like, oh, so this is who I'm aspiring to be. I'm aspiring to be that better version of myself. I'm aspiring to be that version of me who's going to make it and take it to the next level. I'm aspiring to be that person who has lived, who has learned and continues to live and continues to learn. I aspire to be the person who can make a greater impact onto others, because what I aspire for in life is to leave behind a legacy, is for people to know who Miss D is here on this platform and who Daisy with my government name is in other areas of my life, right? And I'm okay with that, and I'm content. And like I said, it's game time, bitches. So your girl is back. This is Tuesday mini-sode series, A Dose for the Soul on Double Dose of Raw Talk podcast. As always, I'm your favorite host, Misty, and I'll talk to you later. Bye.